Hey, yesterday something happened in our government that it's kind of breathtaking, even when we're so used to seeing all of the things that have been going on. But Donald Trump, in his on again, off again tariffs, mind you, we should be finding out who's buying the dips when he collapses the stock market every time. There should be an investigation into that. Is he making himself or his family personally wealthy off of these things? Who's buying out all these stocks when they hit rock bottom? But anyways, he put these tariffs on Canada, and he said that the only way through this for Canada is to become the 51st state. And he is not saying this privately, publicly. He really does. We have to take him seriously that he wants to make Canada the 51st state. He wants to annex Canada. He wants to do what Putin did with Crimea. He wants to do what Putin's doing right now with Ukraine. This is not right. And we have to stand up against this. So there, you would think, well, this is a country with checks and balances built in. Where are they? So there are some checks and balances. Trump used the National Emergencies Act to be able to pass these tariffs, or to put out these tariffs with his executive order. And there is a thing that Congress can do. They can introduce a privileged resolution to terminate that authority. And once that's been brought up, they have 15 days to get it to the floor for a vote. So two people, Gregory Meeks and Susan Delbene, both Democrats, they made this privileged resolution. And the response to that was the Republicans slipping in a clause into a procedural vote that would declare the remainder of the days in the first session of the 119th Congress to not qualify as calendar days. And so that would exempt them from having to vote on this national emergency. So for the rest of this session of Congress is just one day. It's just one long continuing day. So they are willing to change time to support this. That means every Republican that voted for that is part of an authoritarian regime that doesn't want to stop Donald Trump from trying to annex Canada, and in doing so, ruin our economy, ruin Canada's economy. And who is it that wants to destroy Western civilization? Oh yeah, it was Putin, right? Yeah, I forgot about that. So here's the thing. The Senate can still do this. The Democrats in the Senate can still force a vote to end the tariffs, putting Republicans in that chamber in a tough spot. But then in order to terminate the levies, a resolution would have to pass both the chambers and be signed by Mr. Trump, just like, it's only a bill. You have to, that's the way it has to go. And what are the chances of that? Very slim. But we have to do it, right? We have to do all the things that we can. And we did not give the Democrats the majority in the House or the Senate. So this is what they can do on this front with this. And so that now the ball has been passed to us, right? They've given us the ball. So we have to make sure that we are continuing, put your foot on the gas on this, continuing to make sure that the Republicans that serve us know that we see what they're doing. We know what they can do and what they're refusing to do. We know that they're handing over their power. They're eliminating the system of checks and balances in our government. We see what they're doing, and we recognize them as authoritarians, as members of this regime at this point, because there is no doubt. Once you vote on this, you are saying that you don't think that we should be able to stop the president. So we need to keep doing that. We don't know what will break through. We need to do all of the things, right? We need to be calling. We need to be showing up. We need to be protesting. We need to be doing larger actions and civil disobedience and every kind of protest you can imagine, every form of protest that you can imagine. We don't know what will break through, but the thing that we do know will help is just the constant pressure. That is something that we can be doing now. Just the constant agitation, the constant pressure. Don't let them rest. Don't let them think that they can do anything that we can't see, because they've been operating under that. People have turned off the news. People aren't talking about this as much with their friends as they used to. People are afraid. Some news and business leaders, media and business leaders are afraid, and they're being quieted. These are bad signs. So we still can do this, and we need to speak up. And we need to do what we can do. So do what you can. Pass the word about this. Call their offices. Show up. Look for protests in your area. Don't say that this won't help, because we do not know at this point what will help, because we have not been there before. We don't know, and we need to do everything and hope that something helps. So get out there and make sure people know that we can see them.